On January 10th, the Security Exchange Commission finally approved Bitcoin ETF that tracks the spot price of Bitcoin. Trading of these ETF began on January 11th. But what you may not know is the long struggle over 10 years that it took to make this approval happen. So this journey begins when the Winklevoss twins, Cameron and Tyler, filed the first ever application for a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States on July 1st, 2013. Despite their persistent efforts, the Security Exchange Commission initially rejected the application in 2017, leading some financial experts to doubt Bitcoin's readiness for mainstream acceptance. In the same year, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust made its debut as a private trust for accredited investors. Although not an ETF, it garnered approval from the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority to trade publicly in 2015. Eventually, it evolved into the first publicly traded Bitcoin fund in the US, paving the way for the concept of a spot-based ETF. The Winklevoss twins, not discouraged by the failure, the Winklevoss twins made a second attempt to secure Security Exchange approval for spot Bitcoin ETF. Unfortunately, in 2018, the Security Exchange once again rejected the proposal, citing concerns about the largely unregulated nature of Bitcoin. For a long time, the question remained, would a spot ETF for Bitcoin ever get the green light? The answer came from Canada in 2021, where Fidelity Canada took the lead. By launching a spot Bitcoin ETF, making them the largest asset manager with a Bitcoin ETF at that time, as reported by Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchunas. In 2022, the Security Exchange Commission said no to several requests from well-known investment companies like Skybridge, Fidelity, Bitwise, and Grayscale to offer Bitcoin ETF based on the spot price. After this rejection, Grayscale Investments took the bold move of suing the Security Exchange Commission. This came after the Securities Exchange also denied Grayscale's attempt to change its Bitcoin trust into an ETF tracking. The race for a spot in the Bitcoin ETF continued to heat up in 2023, when asset managers like BlackRock and ARK Invest throwing their hats into the ring. This injected fresh optimism into the possibility of obtaining approval for the new Bitcoin investment vehicle. A significant moment came on August 29, 2023, when Grayscale achieved a legal victory, and U.S. Court of Appeals Circuit Judge Naomi Rao ordered the Security Exchange to review Grayscale's petition. While it didn't guarantee the immediate listing of a Grayscale spot Bitcoin ETF, the ruling fueled hope within the community that progress was being made. As discussions between the Security Exchange and spot ETF applicants intensified in December 2023, anticipation grew. By the start of January 2024, ETF issuers had completed the necessary documentation for their spot Bitcoin ETF applications, eagerly awaiting the Security Exchange response. On January 9th, excitement surged when the Security Exchange's official X account announced the approval of spot Bitcoin ETF applications. However, the joy was short-lived as Security Exchange chairperson Gary Gensler promptly dismissed the announcement, citing a compromise of their X account. He clarified that the Security Exchange had not yet granted approval for the listing and trading of the ETF. This twist added an unexpected chapter to the unfolding narrative of the spot Bitcoin ETF story. The thrilling climax of Bitcoin ETF unfolded on January 10th, when the CBOE Exchange shared exciting news in letters filed with the Security Exchange Commission. The exchange disclosed that spot Bitcoin ETF offerings from ARK 21 Shares, Invesco Galaxy, Fidelity, VanEck, WisdomTree, and Franklin Templeton had received approval. Although the Security Exchange's full approval was still pending, CBOE's announcement ignited speculation that multiple offerings from different asset managers might receive simultaneous approval. The long-awaited moment arrived on the same day when the Security Exchange Commission finally granted approval for the 19B4 applications, submitted by asset managers of ARK 21 Shares, Invesco Galaxy, VanEck, Wisdom Tree, Fidelity, Valkyrie, BlackRock, Grayscale, Bitwise, Hashdex, and Franklin Templeton. This monumental decision paved the way for the introduction of the first regulated spot Bitcoin ETF product in the United States, offering investors a direct avenue for exposure to Bitcoin without the need for crypto wallets. The excitement reached its peak on January 11th as the first spot Bitcoin ETF commenced trading. In the pre-market, it recorded an impressive volume of $2 million worth of shares, showcasing double-digit gains on the Nasdaq exchange. The debut marked a historic moment, opening new possibilities for investors seeking a regulated and accessible path to engage with the dynamic world of Bitcoin.